Introduction to Nanotechnology. Select each item to discover more. Butterflies, viruses, geckos, sea urchin and mother of pearl, and bacteria. The colors in the butterfly wings are produced by nanoscopic structures. Molecules such as chitosan and keratin form nanopillars that absorb different wavelengths of light. The colors can be varied by changing the size and shape of the nanopillars, or the amounts of chitosan and keratin molecules, or the space between them. In other words, changing the nanostructure will change the wing's color. As mentioned, nanostructures give colors to the butterfly's wings. These nanopillars are in reality crystals known as gyroids. These are strange, 3D curving structures that scatter light. This image, obtained using X-ray scattering, shows some of the gyroids are made of molecules such as chitin. The butterfly wings possess many properties. They can work as anti-reflective and self-cleaning coatings, provide aerodynamic properties, and control mechanical strength. All these characteristics are defined and controlled by the nanostructures that make them and their spacing, from 200 to 1,000 nanometers. For example, in the morpho butterfly, the spacing between the nanostructures is what provides their brilliant blue color without any pigment. It is possible that every year you catch a cold. Perhaps you have a sore throat due to the flu. You may have heard of bronchitis, stomach flu, or RSV. Every 100 years, we need to stay home because of a pandemic such as COVID. These diseases are caused by viruses, tiny and evil nanostructures. Sickness caused by viruses can last from a few days to our whole life. We can recover and in some cases, pass away. A virus is a nanometer-sized infectious agent that does not have the ability of replicating. The complete virus is known as a viron. A viron consists of nucleic acids covered by the capsid. The capsid is a protective coat made of amino acids. In some viruses, the capsid is surrounded by a lipoprotein membrane known as the envelope. The envelope is derived from the membrane of the host cell. Inside the capsid, we can find the nucleic acid, which can be DNA, RNA, or both. Viruses also have sugar or lipids. They possess many shapes: helical, icosahedral, envelope, or complex. Coronaviruses are roughly spherical particles. Here is the picture of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Maybe you have heard of COVID-19. The virus is contained in an envelope where membrane, M, envelope, E, and spike, S, proteins are anchored. The red triangles seen at the surface are the S proteins. Their presence makes the virus look like a corona, hence its name. The virus capsid is inside envelope. Another dangerous virus is the human immunodeficiency virus, also known as HIV. HIV can damage the immune system, causing acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, otherwise known as AIDS. This figure shows a computer simulation study representing the stepwise assembly of the HIV-1 capsid. This step is necessary for the maturation of the virus and to allow infection. Geckos are small lizards. Many gecko species have adhesive toe pads that allow them to adhere to surfaces. This adhesion is achieved by intermolecular interactions called van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces can occur between two surfaces that are sufficiently close. Geckos have inspired the fabrication of synthetic dry adhesives. Here are different gecko feet. All of them have the ability to attach to surfaces due to their van der Waals interactions. Some scientists have discovered the adhesion is supplemented by capillary forces, attractive forces that arise by the surface tension of a layer of absorbed water formed between the two surfaces. Besides adhesives, geckos have inspired scientists to create climbing robots. Mark Kokoski's group at Stanford University created a sticky bot. The feet of the robot are covered in a gecko-inspired adhesive material. The sticky bot can climb a smooth glass surface. Sea urchins are spiny, globular animals found in the ocean up to 5,000 meters deep. Their spines are made mostly of calcite, but the spines are much more durable than this raw material alone. They can move freely over hard surfaces using adhesive tube feet, with the help of the spines. The shells of these creatures are lightweight, but can resist the high pressures of the sea. The reason for their strength is their brick wall style architecture. Nacre, otherwise known as mother of pearl, is an organic-inorganic material produced by mollusks. Nacre is made of depositing aragonite, calcium carbonate, onto porous layers of chitin, a polysaccharide, a long chain of sugars. The crystallization of the calcium carbonate produces stacks of the material 10 to 20 micrometers wide and 0.5 micrometers thick that are separated by layers of organic material. This brick-like assembly provides high strength to the material. Mother of pearl is colored due to the way the calcium carbonate refracts light. Abalones are sea snails that possess an inner shell made of nacre. Researchers at the University of California, San Diego have investigated the abalone as a guide for creating bullet-stopping armor. The abalone shell has evenly spaced nucleation sites from which stacks of hexagonal tiles of calcium carbonate begin to grow. The top and bottom surfaces of each layer are separated by a protein that functions as an adhesive. Magnetotactic bacteria can sense minute magnetic fields, including the Earth's magnetic fields. This ability is related to small chains of nanocrystals called magnetosomes. These magnets are 30 to 50 nanometers and are made of magnetite, a form of iron oxide, or less commonly, greigite, an iron-sulfur combo. The magnetite is surrounded by a protein-rich biological membrane, the magnetosome vesicle. The magnetosomes can produce a foldable compass needle many times more sensitive than a man-made apparatus. These very precise sensors are used for navigating short distances.